Hello, poopsies, and thank you for joining me today for this cookbook video. I'm going to be showing a bunch of different recipe cookbooks. I'm not going to show the actual pages. I'll show them, but not really in your face, just to respect the makers, the creators of the book. But so let's start. I felt drawn to share a few of these that were sitting atop our kitchen cabinets because we have a bunch of cookbooks sitting there. So this is recipes, Middle Eastern cooking, Middle Eastern recipe cooking. Some of these cookbooks are quite old, and it might remind you of the cookbook page flipping video I did quite some time ago, many years ago, over 10 years ago now, probably 12, 13 years ago. So may the nostalgia come back your way. So they have dolme, which is grape leaves. I know that. We say dolme as dolma is it's more Greek, but with rice and meat stuffing. So it tells you how to make it. It's pretty straightforward, actually. Then we have hummus, bitachina. Okay. Yalansi dolmades. So these are Greek. I don't know why they consider Greece. I guess sort of part of it would be considered Middle Eastern, wouldn't it? Maybe the south, maybe southeastern end. Falafel. Yeah, that's an Israel one. That's definitely popular there. Deep fried chickpeas and crushed wheat balls. So this is more of a plain cookbook. It doesn't really show too much here. Kadin budu, that's lady meatballs. It says Turkish influence here. Keftedakia. This is tiny meatballs flavored with mint and ozu. I don't know what ozu is. Taramuzo lata. It's a Greek salad. So here's soups. So I'm not going to show everything. This will be quite a long video, but there's more impressive cookbooks here. Baklava, that's obviously Greek, layered pastry with walnuts and honey syrup. Alva is like a semolina candy. We've used to make alva, baklava. I mean, we're not Greek by any means, but my mom definitely knows how to make them recipes, okay? I've had some amazing dishes thanks to my mother. Spanakopita, that's a spinach cheese pie. I love it if it's made the right way. I wonder if they have moussaka. Here it is, moussaka. Moussaka. Well, they say the Arab states. I thought that was Greek. It says bake eggplant, tomato, and chickpea casserole. So I guess I can start reading one. It says it serves 6. You need 1.5 cups dried chickpeas, garbanzos, or substitute drained canned chickpeas, thoroughly drained and rinsed under cold water. You need olive oil. You need 2 medium-sized eggplants, about 1 pound each, washed but not peeled, and cut into 2-inch cubes. 3 medium-sized onions, peeled and cut into 1/4-inch thick slices. 3 teaspoons salt, freshly ground black pepper, 12 medium-sized fresh ripe tomatoes, peeled, seeded, and finely chopped. Or substitute 4 cups chopped, drained canned tomatoes, and 1.5 cup water. Okay, so that was just one of many books. Here we have Swedish cakes and cookies. Ja. Over, wow, 3.4 million sold. Holy sh! Oh, that's crazy. Swedish Cakes and Cookies Modern Classic, first published 1945. It has sold over 3.4 million copies in Sweden over the years. That's like the whole damn population of Sweden. Over the years, it has been modernized and improved. Today's full color edition with beautiful photographs throughout contains nearly 300 recipes for cookies, sweet breads, butter cakes, tarts, and other sweet dessert delights. I've been to Sweden once. I loved my time there, honestly, and the food was so good. It was like the most natural food I've ever eaten in my whole life. Oh, they show anise stars, oat cookies, frosted carrot muffins, Milan logs, jitterbugs, almond cookies. I love almond cookies. Fried cookie twists, almond muffins, almond lace cookies, almond balls, Sarah Bernhardt's, folded cookies. I definitely want to learn how to make cookies and desserts and stuff. Ian's sugar wreaths, Danish pastry twists. Oh, my mouth is watering. Arak balls, Sandra's nut cookies. No, Sonia's nut cookies. Cardamom cake, chocolate nut squares. Oh my gosh. Half moons, truffle tarts, checkerboard cookies. Those are the best. Punch roll, almond meringues, jam-filled Brussels cookies. Grandmother's jam cookies, dream roll, Strasburgers, gingerbread cookies, chocolate balls, berry muffins, Marta's chocolate slices, Marstrand cookies, vanilla horns, syrup lace cookies, chocolate pinwheels, short long rusks. Oh my god, my tongue is watering. Cardamom meringues, apple slices, fresh gingerbread slices, quick rusks, sugar-free almond shells, Aya cookies, Italian anise biscotti, Christmas stars, Arak rolls, grandmother spritz wreaths, choco cocoa squares. Oh, there's so much more than just these. Wow, they have so many. They show different ways to like mix. Practical advice, like 1 egg yolk is 1 tablespoon, 1 egg white is around 2 tablespoons. That's good to know. There's so much science and chemistry with cooking alone, it's really overwhelming. If you want coffee rolls, which are these, it says make approximately 20 rolls. They're made with baking powder. The oven temp should be 425 Fahrenheit or 225 Celsius. Convection is 200 Celsius or 400 Fahrenheit. 5 deciliter or 2 cups all-purpose flour, 2.5 teaspoon baking powder, 3 1/4 teaspoon ground cardamom, 100 gram or 7 tablespoons stick margarine or butter, 2 deciliter or 3/4 of a cup milk, 1 egg, and then it says brushing and garnish, 1 egg lightly beaten, pearl sugar, and chopped almonds. So all it says, these are really easy actually, all it says to do is combine the flour, sugar, baking powder, and cardamom. You cut the butter into the flour mixture, add egg and milk, work it quickly to combine it, spoon into the paper baking cups, brush with the beaten egg, sprinkle sugar and almonds, and bake on the center of the oven for 10 minutes. So easy. So I was like, how are they fitting all these recipes here? Now I know. Just short, quick, easy recipes. It's wonderful. They have a lot of illustrations here, which I like. I mean, no wonder this sold very well. I'm definitely going to put this aside, so I can learn to make more. So this is Fruit Dessert by William Sonoma. Fruit dessert. Which I've always enjoyed. It says in the description here, a trifle layered with ripe summer raspberries, frothy whipped cream, and sponge cake. Tender gingered apricots baked with a crisp almond topping. Sweet, juicy blackberries concealed inside a flaky pastry turnover. Whether stewed with spices or simply dusted with powdered sugar as the topping for a tart, almost every kind of fruit can be transformed into a delectable dessert. Oh my gosh, that looks so good. Plum pavlova. Baked meringues, it says here. The original pavlova dessert with a baked meringue topped with fruit and whipped cream was named for the famous Russian ballerina Anna Pavlova. Making crisp meringues requires a high ratio of sugar to egg whites and a slow oven that will dry them out without giving them color. A gas oven with a pilot light is ideal for drying them out. Bakers seeking hard and completely dry baked meringues will leave them in the oven overnight to dry out. The pavlova, however, calls for a softer baked meringue, crisp on the outside and slightly sticky on the inside. Could you imagine living your whole life and being named after a damn cookie? Yeah, that sounds awesome. Okay, so I'm not sure if my camera, honestly, is even focused very well. I want to see if that does a better job. Okay. So for meringues, I'm not going to read that. That's okay. This is very, very long. Blackberry Cabernet Sorbet. Okay, for those who like to drink, I guess. Ooh, pumpkin pie. One rolled out basic pie dough round, 1 cup, 7 ounce or 220 grams, firmly packed brown sugar, 2 large eggs, half a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of ground cinnamon, 1/4 teaspoon ground ginger, 1/4 teaspoon ground cloves, 1 cup fresh pumpkin puree or prepared pumpkin puree, 1 cup 8 fluid ounce or 250 milliliter heavy double cream, and sweetened whipped cream for serving. And under fresh pumpkin puree, it says to make fresh pumpkin puree. First, find a good baking pumpkin, such as sugar pie, baby bear, or cheese. Split the pumpkin in half, leaving the seeds in place, and put the halves, cut side down, in a baking dish. Add water to a depth of a 1/2 inch or 12 millimeters. Bake at 350 Fahrenheit or 180 Celsius until a knife easily pierces the pumpkin, about 45 minutes, adding water as needed to maintain the original level. When the pumpkin is cool, scoop out and discard the seeds, then scoop out the flesh. Puree in a food processor or blender until smooth. The puree freezes well for up to 3 months. I mean, I definitely wouldn't go for the dessert first. I'm always more of a junk food junkie kind of with desserts. Like, I'll take the cupcake over the fruit pie, you know what I mean? But it's still nice. So this is famous Florida chef's favorite citrus recipes. It's kind of like a vintage looking cookbook. This is a Walt Disney production from the 70s. So includes Disney chef's recipes from the Magic Kingdom. So baked grapefruit, Florida pancakes, Oh, I could read that one. Two egg yolks, half teaspoon salt, half teaspoon baking powder, 2 tablespoons Florida honey, 2 cups orange sections chopped fine, and 1 cup sifted flour. 2 egg whites stiffly beaten, butter and oil for frying. Beat the yolks, salt, and honey together. Stir in orange sections and flour and fold in beaten egg whites. Heat butter and oil to cover bottom of skillet about 1/4 inch. Drop the batter by the tablespoon. Brown on both sides. Serve hot and garnish with sour cream and jelly. It serves 4 people. Gourmet orange pork chop. Sweet potatoes l'orange. Florida shrimp kebab. Yeah, I bet they don't serve this in Magic Kingdom no more. Roast duck. The 70s were a different time. Orange Grove pie, Orange Grove tart, orange and apple pie, orange shortcake. And this is inspired by the orange bird. It says here, the Sunshine Pavilion, sponsored by the Florida Department of Citrus at Walt Disney World, has proven to be one of the Magic Kingdom's top attractions. This being the Sunshine Pavilion, or how it looked at the time. It's Tropical Serenade Bird Show, which features a galaxy of animated birds and flowers. Fascinate young and old with their musical serenade and gay repartee. The Sunshine Tree Terrace is a welcome oasis for Disney visitors who thirst for a cool drinks of citrus juice and an opportunity to enjoy some of the new citrus fruit taste treats developed by the Florida Citrus Commission's food experts. Dishes made from the Disney citrus recipes described in this book regularly appear on the menus of the contemporary and Polynesian hotels' dining rooms. Oh, maybe they do still do it, but I was like, the Disney restaurants, doubtful. But Better Homes and Gardens, fresh fruit and vegetable recipes. So here's another one. Ever wonder how many carrots to buy when you need 3 cups of shredded carrots? Or how many apples to make a pie that calls for 6 cups of sliced apples? Refer to this chart and take all the guesswork out of produce shopping. So bananas, 1 pound before preparation is 3 medium size bananas. After preparation is 1 cup mashed. Okay. So it tells you, this is a very short read, but they show side dishes. They show a guide here, like with cherries. Look for cherries that are full color, firm and plump. Stems should be fresh with a green cast. Avoid cherries that are soft, shriveled, sticky, or leaky. Color and size depend on variety. Store cherries lightly covered in the refrigerator for several days. Rinse and sort before using. So, like I said, it's a whole science. With cooking, there's just so much to it, honestly. It can be overwhelming to some. Here's an easy, light recipe. Fruit slaw. 3 cups shredded cabbage, 1 orange, peeled and sectioned, 1 cup halved seedless red grapes, ½ cup sliced celery, 1 8-ounce carton orange yogurt, 1 small apple, cored and chopped. In a large salad bowl, combine cabbage, orange sections, grapes, and celery. For dressing, stir together yogurt and apple. Spread dressing over cabbage mixture, cover and chill. And just before serving, gently toss the salad. Serve it on a cabbage-lined plate if desired. This makes 10 servings. So, easy, quick recipes. Then we have the Healthy Vegetable Cookbook, more than 175 tasty and wholesome recipes. There's something flying in here. So, as you can see, it's quite an old book, actually. Minty chocolate mousse, chocolate pears, tropical shortcake, peanut banana sandwich, cream cheese bites, French toast fingers, eggplant tahini pate, summer vegetable salad. That looks pretty nice. 3/4 of a pound eggplant diced, 3 tablespoons olive oil, 1 medium-sized yellow onion sliced, 1 red bell pepper cut in chunks, 1 yellow bell pepper cut in chunks, 1 green bell pepper cut in chunks, 3/4 of a pound zucchini sliced, 1 tablespoon chopped fresh basil, 3 tomatoes skinned and chopped, 1 tablespoon chopped fresh parsley, optional, and salt and pepper. Put the eggplant in a colander, sprinkle with salt and let stand 30 minutes to drain, rinse and dry. Heat oil in the large skillet. Add the eggplant and onion and cook over medium heat for 5 minutes. Add the zucchini and peppers and cook over low heat for 15 minutes, turning them over until they're all tender. Then you simply transfer the veggies to a large serving bowl, stir in the basil, salt, pepper, and tomatoes, let it cool. You chill it before serving it, and you sprinkle it on top with chopped parsley, making 6 to 8 servings. Ratatouille, spiced okra, traditional pizza dough, peanut sauce, okay, almond cheese balls, cheese filo pastries, golden vegetable soup, French turnip soup, fennel and walnut soup. So gives you an idea of what you can expect. Then we have this unique one. Oh, there's so many more unique ones, but I could only show so much for this one. Gourmet's Menu Cookbook. This one's quite fascinating. It's definitely bourgeois. This is, I would say, for the advanced. Those who have like good health food stores. I know sometimes it's so difficult to find certain recipes. Ham and champagne, ham mousse, stuffed Virginia ham, ham stuffed with fruit, ham and cream, broiled ham slice. You get me. Chinese duck, duck stuffed with apples, broiled ginger duck, yeah. Mushroom puree, mushroom tarts, charcoal broiled mushrooms, yeah. You get me. I think that's a sign I need more spinach in my diet. Spanakopita, yet again. Oh, and these orange marigolds are so beautiful. So they show you every possible recipe with like certain meals, I guess. But it's all like one paragraph. So, they assume you already know how to make it. I feel like it's not much detail. They're not really telling you like, yeah, it's definitely for professional chefs. Okay, so then we have the Florida Cookbooks. It's the last one I'm going to show you today. From Gulf Coast Gumbo to Key Lime Pie by Jean Volz and Carolyn Stewart. Okay. From the introduction, more than 450 years ago, more than that by now, Florida became the cradle of American cooking as we know it now, the place where European foods were first blended with the food ways of Native Americans. The Great Mix was set in motion in 1513 when Ponce de Leon staked a claim for Spain near Pontevedra. The exchange of multicultural food customs has never ceased, creating a cuisine of more ethnic diversity than any in America and possibly in the world. It was the founding of St. Augustine, been there twice now, In 1565, and 2 years later, the Nombre de Dios mission that introduced European cooking to the new continent. Franciscans traveling the mission trail to Pensacola were making egg custards in the Spanish manner and using rice and spices unknown then in the Western world. And settlers in Florida were eating in the Spanish style long before Father Junipero Serra, the culinary trailblazer in the West, founded the first mission in California. However, two powerful influences moderated the Spanish flavor of Florida. First, there were the people of African heritage. A small number of Moors and Africans came as free persons with the conquistadors. Then thousands were brought here as slaves, starting in the middle of the 16th century. The blacks they say here, I'm sorry, this isn't like an older book, that's how they called it, carried with them sesames, seeds, yams, eggplants, and okra for their own use. The second influential non-Spanish group was the Anglo-Americans, descendants of settlers in New England, Virginia, the Carolinas, and Georgia, who began to trickle into Florida before the American Revolution. They brought sweets, a taste for rice, cooked differently from the Spanish, and quick hot breads. Not until the Spanish migrations to Key West and Tampa after the Civil War did European-type wheat breads come into general use, except in Pensacola, where a unique hardtack was made for the salad called gazpacho. Okay. So here is the, map of Florida. That's kind of pretty accurate, but I'd say old. So they show Pensacola, the Panhandle, Tallahassee, the Northeast, showing Jacksonville and St. Augustine, Orlando and Tampa, Central Florida, Space Coast, Gold Coast, and the Keys. Here with Palm Beach, Miami, and Key West. Then we have Florida's Great Lake, Lake Okeechobee, and Naples, Fort Myers, Sarasota, here by Gulf of Mexico. East being the Atlantic Ocean. Florida's a, it sticks out in the water. It doesn't border any other state except Georgia and Alabama, I believe. So, it's a peninsula. That's what it is, peninsula. That's the word. Tarpon Spring style rice pudding. Broiled scallops with fresh tomato salsa. These are such Floridian recipes. Old-fashioned pound cake. There's the gazpacho salad. Florida smoked beans. I'm trying to see if I have a simple recipe. Oyster pie. Tallahassee chicken salad. Yeah, so it basically shows foods from the different regions of Florida, which I didn't know was a thing, quite honestly. When was this published? Because the way they even write, you can tell it's a couple old ladies, with all due respect. 1993. That wasn't long ago. That's a year before I was born, though. Here's a delicious and generous sampling, more than 200 recipes of the cooking of Florida, along with an entertaining excursion into the land where the story of American food began and where today one can find the most interesting culinary diversity in the USA. Gene Volz and Carolyn Stewart take us through all 6 areas of Florida as they explore the many other delectable recipes. The authors tell tales of bygone times from the early homesteads to the opulent hotels of the Gold Coast, and about ethnic food festivals that take place the year round. Yeah, the Gold Coast, definitely Palm Beach, West Palm Beach, still to this. Sorry guys, I kept talking and talking. Thank you for watching though. I hope you enjoyed this cookbook recipe page flipping video. If you want more content, make sure to subscribe and check me out on TonyBomboni.com. to book your own services. I love you all so much, and I'll see you all very, very soon. Take care, guys.